We all love to travel, but as a parent of young kids and a chaos coordinator, sometimes it feels like parenting in a different location. Am I right? So today, I'm bringing to you my big tips on how to get free childcare on your next family vacation. But first, a word from our sponsor. Childcare is something that parents worry about, and so is losing power to your home in a storm. Whether you want to avoid a power outage or you need a full power source while RVing or off-the-grid camping, Anchor has a solution for you, which is their solar generators. With output up to 2,000 watts, their compact generators have AC outlets, USB outlets, and DC outlets. So whatever you need to plug in and keep going, they've got you covered. They can power almost all of your home appliances with no problem, including your microwave and your fridge. And you can charge it fully under the sun in just 2.5 hours. It's amazing! Check the link in my video description to learn more about Anchor solar generators. And now back to the regularly scheduled program. Let's kick it off with my first and biggest tip for getting free childcare during a family vacation, which I am like full force going into right now. Multi-generational family vacations. So what this means is you bring your kids and your grandparents and you have a big old family vacation together, and it is amazing, but it's not that simple because it does take a little more logistical planning, as you've got to do activities that are good for the little ones, you've got to do activities that are good for the elders and the middle ones, the parents. You've got to do activities that are good for everyone all together and to be able to split up. So whether you work with a tour company or you rent out an Airbnb, whatever, like you can figure it out. And it's amazing because you get so much really quality bonding time with the whole family, and maybe dinner once in a while or a little day date, whatever. You can run off with your spouse while the grandparents watch the kids, and that's where the free childcare comes into play. But I really love this multi-generational travel idea because it's just so special to travel and experience these things with both your kids and your parents or your parent-in-laws, whatever. Everyone comes at it with their different perspective and different history that they've lived through. They just have such a living history to tell about things that you wouldn't experience just traveling on your own or with your little kids. So it's just a win-win-win in my book, the whole multi-generational travel. Even if you don't have parents that live close by, you can meet somewhere. We've done that where we rented out a vacation home in Maine and Vermont, and my husband's parents came. We did that in Mexico at an all-inclusive resort. I just can't recommend it highly enough. I love it, I love it, I love it. And if you follow this channel, you'll be seeing a lot more of that, because my parents recently moved up to live near us in New Jersey, so they're here to help out a lot now, and we're gonna be traveling a lot together as we move forward, so stay tuned for that. Moving on, number 2, free childcare, and we'll say free because you kind of pay for it in a roundabout way, but these are the all-inclusive resorts that have free childcare with the kids clubs. And if you research hard enough, you will find some even that include as young as like 6 months. Amazing. Most of them start at 4 years old, but you can find ones that take younger kids. We love traveling and deep cultural experiences and stuff, but sometimes you want a relaxing vacation where you just sit at the pool and maybe for an hour or maybe a half a day, you drop your kids off at the kids club and they're having a grand old time in the pool doing scavenger hunts with kids their age, and you're sitting having a Mai Tai with your spouse, and it just not a care in the world. There is a time and a place for every kind of travel, and all-inclusive resorts, one of the biggest perks for me is the free childcare. So I love it, I love it. Number 3, we're getting a little bit less obvious here, but number 3 is taking a vacation together with another family. And this may sound like, whoa, 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 you're just adding more kids to the chaos here. Hear me out. You can take turns watching the kids. Most of the time you'll probably have all the kids together, all the parents together, and it is just crazy town, but fun. But sometimes you can rotate once every other night or something like that, and you watch their kids, you put them to bed and everything, and they go out for dinner, and then the next night you do it, and then the next night you're all together. There are ways to do this that's really fun. You get to hang out with other parents, and you get to have quiet time without the kids, so it's great. You could fly somewhere, you could drive somewhere, you could use your own vacation house and bring them along. A lot of options here. Number 4 is to bring your own babysitter. So this may or may not be free. It depends on the babysitter. It probably depends on their age, their experience. Obviously nicer if you offer to pay, But some, especially younger ones, let's say maybe middle school or high schoolers, they may be open to coming along for free as long as you have limited babysitting requirements. You give them a lot of free time and you give them a free room. Maybe you're at the beach somewhere really excited. Maybe you're going to Europe and they're just like, hey, free vacation. So depending on where it is, you may have to pay for their airfare, their hotel. If you're getting an Airbnb that's drivable, that would be a cheaper option, obviously. I haven't really been hearing about this a lot, but my sister used to do this when we were younger, and it sounds like an amazing thing. Bring a babysitter is definitely an option for a lot of you to consider. But 1 through 4 are amazeballs options for free childcare or sometimes fee-based childcare, but really great options for enjoying your family vacation, having some stress-free moments with your spouse where you're not always 24/7 kids. You need a break. You spend all this money to go and then you come back and you feel like you need a vacation from your vacation and you're stressed out and it was just all like screaming at the kids and stuff. So don't do that to yourself. Like, actually have a vacation and enjoy it with your kids. Enjoy it with your grandparents or your friends and everybody all together, but you need moments to be able to go off and enjoy it alone or with your spouse or with your mom. I hope that you found these tips helpful and I hope that you will think about some of these for your next vacation. Speaking of next vacations, we have some great ones coming up. We're headed to Crystal Springs. We are headed to Lancaster to the Cartoon Network Hotel and Dutch Wonderland. And in August, we are headed back to Japan for 2 weeks with the whole family, all 3 kids. So that is gonna be something. It is not technically a multi-generational travel because we are flying alone, but we are going to my husband's hometown, so there will be a lot with the grandparents and extended family and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I will have lots of content coming on travel and my recent trip to Puerto Rico, which was so good. That was a solo travel. I went for a conference and a press trip hosted by Discover Puerto Rico. I've got a lot of content over on Instagram already, but I've got some planned to come up in the near future. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Be sure you're subscribed and I'll see you soon.